Michael Jordan understood something about winning that many people did not see at first. He knew that the hardest part of success is not reaching the top. The hardest part is staying there. That is why when he spoke to Ray Allen after the Boston Celtics won their championship, his message was not full of praise, it was a warning. He told Ray Allen that winning one championship can be lucky. Winning two means you are truly doing something special. That advice was not random. It came from experience. And when we look back at what happened between Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, it makes you wonder if Jordan already knew how jealousy and ego can slowly break even the strongest partnerships. After The Last Dance came out, the relationship between Michael Jordan and Pippen clearly changed. For years, they were seen as the perfect duo, 6 championships together, 2 three-peats, one of the greatest partnerships in sports history. But when the documentary was released, Scottie Pippen felt that some parts did not show him in a good light. He believed that certain moments focused too much on his mistakes and not enough on his sacrifices. He said he was not happy with how things were presented. From that point, the distance between them became more visible. But this tension may not have started with the documentary. It may have started long before that. Michael Jordan was always the face of the Chicago Bulls. He was the superstar. He was the main attraction. Scottie Pippen was a great player, but he came into the league as a young man, averaging only 7 points per game. He was not seen as a future legend in his first season. He had to grow into that role, and Jordan helped push him. Jordan demanded more. He demanded focus, hard work, and mental strength. Over time, Pippen became one of the best players in the league. He became an elite defender. He became a playmaker. He became an all-star. But when success started to grow, so did expectations. When the Bulls won their first championship, everything changed. The hunger that drives players before they win can shift after they taste success. Jordan understood that danger. That is why he warned Ray Allen years later. When the Boston Celtics won their title in 2008, the team was strong together. Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, and Kevin Garnett formed the Big Three. They had strong role players like Rajon Rondo, Kendrick Perkins, and Glenn Davis. The chemistry worked. Everyone played their part. But Jordan told Allen that after winning one title, problems would begin. He said role players would go home for the summer. People would praise them. They would hear how important.
And when they returned, they would want more shots and more minutes. Ray Allen at first did not believe it. The Celtics started the next season strong, but slowly changes began to show. Some players wanted larger roles. Some wanted more touches. The smooth flow of the offense started to feel different. The unity was not the same. And Allen later admitted that Jordan was right. That warning was based on real experience. Now think about the Chicago Bulls. After their first championship in 1991, everything changed for that team too. The spotlight became brighter. The praise became louder. The media attention became non-stop. Scottie Pippen was no longer just Jordan's teammate. He was now a champion. He was now being called one of the best players in the league. Interviews increased, endorsements increased, fame increased. It is natural for confidence to grow, but sometimes confidence can slowly turn into comparison. When one player gets most of the credit, even if the team wins together, it can create quiet frustration. Jordan was always praised as the leader. He was Finals MVP every time in the first three-peat. Even when Pippen played great, the spotlight stayed mostly on Jordan. Did Jordan notice that Pippen felt overshadowed? It is possible. In many interviews during the 1990s, Jordan often praised Pippen heavily. He called him the best all-around player. He said he could not win without him. Some people now look back and wonder if Jordan was trying to keep Pippen motivated. Maybe he understood that ego needs balance. Maybe he knew that a teammate who feels underappreciated can become distant. There was also the contract issue. Scottie Pippen signed a long-term deal early in his career that later became one of the lowest contracts among top players. While Jordan was earning more through endorsements and higher pay, Pippen felt underpaid compared to his value. That frustration grew over time. It added another layer to the relationship. Jealousy does not always show itself loudly at first. It can appear in small comments. It can appear in tone. It can appear in body language. After Jordan's father passed away in 1993, that was a painful moment in his life. Later reports suggested that Pippen did not reach out with strong condolences. If that is true, it would have hurt deeply. During hard times, you expect support from close teammates. A lack of that support can change how you see someone. When Jordan retired the first time, Pippen became the main leader of the Bulls. He played at an MVP level. He showed he could carry a team. That season may have strengthened his belief that he deserved more recognition. When Jordan returned, the team once again became centered around him. That shift could have created silent tension. Winning multiple championships requires sacrifice. It requires accepting roles. Jordan demanded that everyone focus on the team goal. He pushed hard in practice.
He challenged teammates. Some players respected it. Some felt pressured. But it worked. The Bulls won 6 titles. Jordan's advice to Ray Allen about role players losing focus after success shows how deeply he understood team psychology. He had seen it happen. After the first three-peat, changes began. Horace Grant left. Other players moved on. The second three-peat had a different group around Jordan and Pippen. Chemistry must always be protected. Ego must always be managed. In Boston, Jordan's prediction became real. Rajon Rondo wanted more control of the offense. Glenn Davis wanted more touches. The team unity shifted. Even small changes in mindset can break rhythm. Ray Allen felt that the shared spirit from 2008 was not fully there later. Jordan believed that hunger is what separates one title from many. It is easy to chase your first ring. It is harder to stay hungry after you already have one. That is why he valued mental strength so much. He believed championships are won in the mind before they are won on the court. Looking back at his time with Pippen, it seems Jordan may have seen signs of ego growth. Maybe he understood that fame can change people. When someone rises from being unknown to being world famous, it can affect how they see themselves. It can affect how they see others around them. Scottie Pippen later spoke openly about feeling that The Last Dance focused too much on Jordan's story. But the documentary was built around Jordan's final season. It was always going to center on him. Still, Pippen believed it did not fully show his side. This situation shows how memory and emotion can change relationships. Two players can share championships, battles, and history, but years later, feelings about respect and credit can create distance. Jordan once said he would always be connected to the Bulls. Even when working for another team, he said that connection would remain. That shows how deeply those years shaped him. The same is true for Pippen. No matter what happens, their names will always be linked. When Jordan warned Ray Allen about role players wanting more after a championship, he was not just talking about Boston, he was speaking from his own experience. He knew how quickly team balance can shift. He knew how ego can quietly grow, and he knew how hard it is to repeat success. Did Jordan know that Scottie Pippen was jealous at some point? We cannot say for sure what was in his mind, but based on how often he praised Pippen publicly and how seriously he valued team unity, it seems likely he sensed changes. Leaders often see things others miss. Jealousy in sports is complicated. It is not always about hate. Sometimes it is about wanting equal recognition. Sometimes it is about feeling overlooked. When one player becomes the symbol of an entire franchise, others may feel their effort is not fully seen. Jordan's greatness was clear: his scoring, his defense, his clutch moments, his mindset. But championships are never won alone. Pippen's defense, passing, and versatility were vital. Both truths can exist at the same time. The lesson from Jordan's advice to Ray Allen is simple but powerful. Success changes people. Praise changes people. After winning, the real challenge begins. Keeping everyone focused on the same goal is harder than reaching the goal the first time. In Chicago, Jordan managed that challenge twice, 2 three-peats. That level of focus is rare. In Boston, the Celtics could not repeat. Small cracks became bigger over time. When we think about Jordan and Pippen today, it is easy to focus on the tension, but it is also important to remember the success they shared. 6 championships, years of dominance, moments that shaped basketball history. Jordan's warning to Ray Allen shows he always looked beyond the surface. He understood human nature. He understood that ego, if not controlled, can weaken even the strongest team. In the end, whether Jordan knew Pippen felt jealous may not matter as much as the lesson behind it. Great teams require sacrifice, they require honesty, they require strong leadership, and they require every player to accept their role, even when the spotlight shines brighter on someone else.
That is the truth Jordan tried to pass on, and that is why his advice still holds weight today. When we continue to look at this situation, it becomes clear that Michael Jordan's mindset was always built around control, focus, and hunger. He did not just want to win, he wanted to dominate. There's a difference. Many players want to win one championship so they can say they did it. Jordan wanted to build something that could not be questioned. He wanted multiple titles so no one could call it luck. That is why his message to Ray Allen was so direct. Winning 1 is lucky. Winning 2 proves something. That same mindset shaped how he viewed teammates. Jordan believed everyone had to bring the same fire every single season. It did not matter if you were the star or a role player. If your focus changed, he would notice. If your hunger dropped, he would challenge you. That approach helped the Bulls stay sharp, but it also created tension. Scottie Pippen was a different personality. He was calm, he was quiet. He was not loud like Jordan. He did not demand attention in the same way. But over time, as his game improved, people started to compare him with the best players in the league. Media members would say he was the best all-around player. They would praise his defense and his ability to run the offense. That praise can feel good at first, but if it grows too much, it can slowly create inner conflict. Imagine being the second option on a team where the first option gets most of the credit. Even when you play great, the headlines focus on someone else. Even when you guard the best player on the other team, the cameras follow someone else. For some players, that is fine, because the ring matters most. For others, it slowly builds pressure inside. Jordan likely understood this balance. That is why in interviews during the 1990s, he often said he could not win without Pippen. He would highlight Pippen's defense. He would say Pippen made the team complete. Some people now think Jordan may have been trying to protect team chemistry by giving Pippen public respect. But even with praise, personal feelings can grow in private. After Jordan retired in 1993, Pippen became the leader. He finished high in MVP voting. He showed he could carry a heavy load. That season may have strengthened his belief that he deserved more spotlight. When Jordan returned in 1995, the team returned to its old structure, Jordan at the top, Pippen as the strong second piece. Winning 3 more championships should have erased any doubt, but success does not always remove feelings. Sometimes it increases them. Fame grows, money grows, media pressure grows, expectations grow. Jordan's warning about role players wanting more touches applies here in a bigger way. It is not just about bench players wanting shots. It is about anyone on the team wanting more recognition after tasting success. When the Bulls won their first title, everyone's status rose, but Jordan's status rose higher than anyone else. He became a global icon. For some teammates, that was inspiring. For others, it may have felt unbalanced. Not because Jordan didn't deserve it, but because human nature makes comparison easy, and comparison can create jealousy, even when people do not admit it. The Last Dance reopened old wounds. It showed behind-the-scenes footage. It showed Pippen refusing to enter a game during the 1994 playoffs when the final shot was drawn up for Tony Kukoc. It showed contract frustrations. It showed moments where Jordan questioned Pippen's toughness. While these moments were real, seeing them again years later may have felt like old scars being reopened. Pippen later said he felt hurt by how the
The biggest threat can be inside your own locker room. Ego can grow quietly. Players can start to see themselves differently. The hunger that once united everyone can split into personal goals. In Boston, Ray Allen saw that shift happen. Rajon Rondo became more confident. Glenn Davis wanted more shots. The team dynamic changed. It was not loud at first, but small changes in mindset can slowly affect trust. Jordan had already lived through similar shifts in Chicago. After the first three-peat, changes happened. Horace Grant left. The team had to rebuild around new pieces. During the second three-peat, the group was different. Dennis Rodman joined. New role players filled spots. But the central structure remained the same. Jordan led. Pippen supported. Phil Jackson managed personalities. Phil Jackson played a key role in keeping egos balanced. He understood that different personalities need different treatment. He gave players space to express themselves. He used calm communication instead of constant pressure. That balance helped the Bulls survive strong personalities. Still, long-term success is fragile. It requires constant effort to keep everyone aligned. Jordan's mindset was simple. If you want to be great, you must stay hungry, even after you win. That is rare. Many players relax after reaching the top. Jordan refused to relax. That refusal sometimes made him appear hard or demanding, but it also built a culture where excuses were not accepted. That culture created 6 championships. When people ask if Jordan knew Pippen was jealous, the answer may lie in how Jordan handled him publicly. Jordan often overpraised Pippen in interviews. He said Pippen was the best teammate. He said Pippen could do everything on the court. That level of praise may have been intentional. At the same time, Jordan never gave up the alpha role. He never stepped back from being the leader. That position was clear. Everyone knew who the franchise belonged to. Jealousy does not always destroy success immediately. The Bulls still won 6 titles, but long after the games ended, feelings can resurface. When The Last Dance aired, old memories came back. Words spoken years ago carried new meaning. The connection between Jordan and the Bulls remained strong. Even after playing for the Washington Wizards and later owning the Charlotte franchise, Jordan said he would always be tied to Chicago. That connection is part of his identity. The same is true for Pippen. No matter how much tension exists today, his legacy is tied to those championships. History will always connect their names. Jordan's message to Ray Allen about winning multiple titles and controlling ego is bigger than just one team. It applies to all sports. It applies to life. After success, people can change. Praise can change focus. Staying grounded requires strong leadership. When Jordan said winning two means you're doing something special, he was speaking from lived experience. It takes more than talent to repeat. It takes mental strength. It takes discipline. It takes sacrifice. In Boston, the Celtics could not repeat. In Chicago, the Bulls repeated twice. That difference shows how rare sustained hunger truly is. Looking back, maybe Jordan saw signs in Pippen that ego was growing. Maybe he tried to balance it with praise. Maybe he trusted Phil Jackson to manage it. But over time, small cracks can widen. Still, the story should not erase what they built together. 6 championships are not an accident. They are the result of talent, hard work, and mental toughness. Whatever tension exists now does not remove those banners. Jordan's advice to Ray Allen stands as a lesson. After you reach the top, protect the culture, protect unity, keep ego in check. Because once personal goals become louder than team goals, success fades. And that is what makes the Bulls' run so special. They survived ego. They survived pressure. They survived fame. They won again and again. Whether Jordan knew about Pippen's jealousy or not, he clearly understood human nature, and that understanding helped him lead teams to greatness.